Now, the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission has issued Quidax, an Africa-based crypto exchange, its first provisional operating license. The development signals the beginning of formal recognition and regulatory oversight for the country's digital asset industry. According to a press release, the SEC's license permits Quidax to operate as a registered crypto exchange in Nigeria. Quidax said the SEC's approval is a shot of adrenaline for the Nigerian crypto community, encouraging further innovation and expansion. Now, joining me to discuss this on the news is Seun Dania, a crypto exchange operator. Mr. Dania, it's nice to have you around.
Hi, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. So what's your view of this new dawn for digital assets in Africa's largest economy?
Oh, it's definitely a step in the right direction, which is, the positive, and it's showcasing the Nigerian government's commitment to regulating the digital assets industry. Of course, licensing and regulation brings legitimacy and the potential for greater investor confidence, which will definitely be bringing, foreign investments, even local investments, and definitely provide long-term growth for the industry. And of course, Nigeria as a country will be able to properly reap the benefits of the monies that are made within that industry, and in turn will improve Nigeria's economy.
Okay, so we understand that Nigeria's SEC mandates a minimum of prompt capital requirement of about 500 million naira. We're talking about $556,620 and a current fidelity insurance bond covering at least 25% of the stipulated minimum paid up capital for both digital asset exchanges and digital assets offering platforms. So I'd like you to explain this condition to our audience and what it sets to achieve.
So without a doubt, basically, I believe that the Securities and Exchange Commission is willing to understand, to know, and let people understand that basically, you need to be in business if you want to be in business. Meaning, you need to raise capital. You cannot be doing a business that has to do with people's money or funds, or people are providing a platform where people will be trading with, and you have no capital. So basically, they've set the benchmark at 500 million naira. What it means is you need to be able to provide evidence that you have either that in cash in your bank, or maybe in other forms, probably digital assets, or some other securities that will be acceptable by the SEC. This signals to them that these people are ready to do business and are willing to commit funds towards ensuring that that business succeeds, and they're not going to be trading with customers' business funds. A 25% fidelity bond, however, is also sort of like a form of insurance that will be deposited, probably with the central bank or with the SEC, depending on how they want it to go about it. But yeah, that will serve as some kind of like deposit insurance, which will protect users, for foreseen circumstances like cyber attacks or any kind of fraud that may occur within the exchanges.
Okay, so with this gesture or move by government, do you think it is good enough to actually lure external or maybe international exchanges to come and register in Nigeria? And do you even think that will give some sort of a level playing field for Nigerian and other African-based exchanges?
So if you look at the numbers that you mentioned, I mean, I'm not sure what rate started. Of course, at the rate when they set the laws, 500 million would have been equal to 556,000 US dollars. But right now, I don't think it is. Probably 500 million naira will be about 300 and probably slightly about $312,000 thereabout. But for international investors, and international exchanges, that will be chicken change, right? It's very, very small money. They can easily raise that and put it in. But the SEC, in the framework, they were very, 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 very specific, meaning the promoters, the CEOs of the company, the C-suite executives of the company, whatever exchange that will be operating in Nigeria must be residents in Nigeria. Not necessarily being Nigerian, but they must be residents in Nigeria, meaning they always have to have a local presence. So yeah, it will attract a lot of international investors because the entry level is low for everybody because it's just a general. There's no difference between international and local. But I believe that as things go on, they may modify it. How it will affect local exchanges. I think it is time, if there are local exchanges that cannot come up with that capital, of course, things are very difficult this season. There's always collaboration. It's time for people to do business the way business should be done. People can come together, merge, form alliances, like we see in the banking sector. When a particular bank is unable to come up with capital requirements, they merge, they partner. So this is the time where, if it seems too difficult for local exchanges, we kind of like form partnerships, or raise capital, in different ways possible. But yeah, it will create a level playing field. It will provide legitimacy for Nigerian exchanges. Let's not forget that cryptocurrency and digital asset exchanges, even digital asset offerings, can expand globally. And being licensed in Nigeria also
Okay.
may permit the exchanges to operate
All right.
everywhere.
All right, Sharon Dania, thank you so much for educating us this morning. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.